Okay, I'm going to show you today how I make a wristlet, like a keychain. So I've got my fabric here, which is 3 inches wide by 15 inches long. And I have just a strip of woven fuse going down the middle that's just 1.5 inches wide. Was coming a little infused there, so you can see that, and I've actually got it pieced there because use every little scrap. So you start with your piece of fabric 3 by 15, and you're going to fold it in half and press. So you've got your center crease there, and then you're going to fold one side in and press that in towards the center. Careful not to burn your fingers. Flip it over and do the same thing with the other side. And then once I do that, I usually will give it one final press with both sides folded in. So then you want to take your lobster clasp, and this is a 3/4 inch. The inside diameter there measures 3/4 inch. And I just slide it on there. And then you're going to take your 2 short ends and we're going to clip those together. And you're just going to line them up like that. Okay, so I've got it all clipped, and now I've got to go to the sewing machine. Okay, I'm at the sewing machine, and I just use a 1/4 inch seam allowance. I've got just my regular needle in there. And sew that together like that. And you see the lobster clasp is on there, so now you've just kind of got this circle. So now back to the ironing board. Okay, so we're going to take this part right here, going to take our seam, and we're going to just press this seam open with our iron. So we've got that pressed open now, and then we're just going to repress along the edges there. Just folding those edges back in there. And pressing that again. So then once you've got that nice and pressed, take your wonder clips and clip all the way around this this open edge here. And you're gonna need to just put your lobster clasp for now, just kind of position it in between two of the clips and leave it there for now. Okay, so now that's what we have. We have our closed end, or our open end there where the folded edges meet. We have it all clipped, nice and neat. So back to the sewing machine. I usually start and stop around where my seam is. So right there, so I'm gonna take this to the sewing machine and stitch this edge closed. And just pull your clips off as you go. And when you get to your lobster clasp, just keep sliding it back. Okay, so that is sewn now, and now we just want to do the same thing and just top stitch around the folded edge. Okay, so now we've top stitched around both edges there. And I'm gonna go ahead and snip all those threads. Okay, so we've got that now, and you can see the lobster clasp is still loose on there. So I find where my center seam was, and I put that about right there, and then I'll top stitch right there along that seam. And it's about 3/4 of an inch down in case you wanted to measure. So that's at about, the seam is 3/4 from the top there. I usually go back and forth a couple of times just to reinforce it. Snip your threads. there you go. And you can do an additional line of stitching if you wanted to. But now you've got a nice wristlet that you can use just as a regular keychain. Or this is also a great way if you're making bags, that you can just, a great way to add a little wristlet strap onto a little clutch. So there you go. Hope you enjoy. Thank you.